Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, the Dark Elves will face up against the High Elves.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble and thank you for tuning in. This time I'm playing with the Dark Elves and I'm facing up against the High Elves. Overall, I think that the matchup is a little bit in favor for the Dark Elves, or is in favor for the Dark Elves, but also the High Elves are really can really manage it to win against the Dark Elves. Also, I noticed that it is really difficult to compete against the High Elves because they have a huge amount of armor. All units of them have causing an armor piercing damage, and so it's very important that you bring high tier infantry. And so I decided to fill up my front line just with Haganeth Executioners. So these guys are armored, causing a lot of armor piercing damage, have a real anti-infantry bonus. You can see it over here. 42 weapon strength. The armor piercing damage of that is 29. The bonus versus infantry is 14, and they have a huge amount of armor of 110. So in my opinion, other infantry units of the Dark Elves, you can leave it out. You don't have to bring them with your army because they are quite useless against these heavily armored infantry of the High Elves. So in my opinion, I brought just these Haganeth Executioners because it's really important to do that, or to compete against the heavily armored units. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of them. Then I have a Dreadlord with Sword and Shield on a Cold One. She's causing also a huge armor piercing amount, so the weapon strength is 400. The armor piercing amount of that is 280. She's also really heavily armored, and I think the speed on the Cold One, or the mobility overall on the Cold One, is quite good. I like that, and it's quite a cheap option. Of course, you can see also I put this ability, this ability with her. This is that gives all allies in range +5 melee attack, and it's constantly, so you don't have to activate this. This is very good overall. I like this ability. And also this Murderous Prowess. So at least very cheap everything. Not many abilities, not many spells. A cheap option. So I can bring more infantry, more Haganeth Executioners with me. I think Malekith or also a Dreadlord on a Dragon or stuff like that is not so good, because I think the High Elves are really able to handle it with flying units, because they have a lot of archers. They have also a lot of flying units. So if they bring two Phoenix with them, what is possible in the build to take 2, then you have problems if you have your Lord on the Dragon. And this is the reason why I bring no flying units with me. And I think, as I said, the Dreadlord on the Cold One is quite competitive. Then we have 3 groups of Cold One Knights. I found these guys are really important because these guys have a real anti-large bonus. And it's especially to compete against the Dragon Princess and stuff like that, because many players will bring cavalry with them, with the Army Corps, with the High Elf Army Corps, and these guys will, in 3 groups, they can compete very well against all the cavalry of the High Elves. So I have 3 groups, and as you can see, it's causing a lot of armor piercing amount, and you need that because the Dragon Princess also are very heavily armored. And you can see also the bonus versus larger 14. So the stats overall are quite good. These guys are the price for them is 1,000. So 3 groups over here, 3,000 credits, and it's worth it in my opinion. And you need it. So I think 2 or 1 is too low. You cannot compete with 1 unit, but with 3 you are very able to compete against the cavalry of the High Elves because you outnumber them. And also you can see they are also typically I didn't thought that before Total War Warhammer 2 was released, that the Dark Elves are so very heavily armored also. So we have armor of 90 over here, and also the infantry, the Hagan of Execution 110. So the Dark Elves are very heavily armored. Then we have, last but not least, Canet Assassin. I like this guy. I was not always the fan of heroes, sniping out heroes or stuff like that. Also, no missile heroes, so with archer heroes or stuff like that. I was not a fan of that. But this guy is very good. So he has stalk, so he's hidden. He's causing a lot of missile damage, and my tactic is I put him and click on the enemy lord, and you can see the enemy lord also here on the Sun Dragon, and especially when the enemy lord is on a flying mount, I click on that and click on it so that he is following him and attack him with his missiles. Do nothing about that, and he will shoot on him. The range of the missiles is really low, so we have just a range of 70, so he has to be really close to the lord. But overall, he's causing a lot of damage with one hit, and it's really worth it. As I said, I just click on the lord and give the attack command, and that's it. And he will run through the command, and of course I will take an eye on him. But overall, he's for sniping out the enemy commander, enemy lord. So that's it for my army composition. Really simple, I think. You can see I use always a really wide formation, and as I said, the cold ones over here, cold one knights for the mobility, and yeah. Then let's go to my opponent. We have a Sun Dragon over here. So this is not the lord; it's just a Sun Dragon. But I focused, or I give the attack command, the Canet Assassin, to attack him. So I would like to kill the dragon really fast. So you can see he's flying directly in my front line and causing some harass damage. And as I said, I gave my Canet the command to attack or to shoot on the Sun Dragon, and he's causing a lot of damage. Then we have a front line of Spearmen. I'm not sure about that because they are, especially for defense against large units, but the Dark Elves have not so much large units. Of course, they have a War Hydra or Black Dragon, but 4 units is, in my opinion, too much. Then we have archers with light armor. Also, in my opinion, because the armor piercing amount of them is not so huge, I think. Let me take a look over here. We have armor piercing amount of 3. Okay, that's okay. So always archers with you if you play high elves, of course. But I'm not sure here. But as I said, I'm not an expert for the high elves. So another unit of 3 units of archers with light armor, and the last line we have the high tier infantry, the Swordsmasters of Hoth. They are very you have to bring them against. They are looking so cool. Look on the sword, I like that. They're very able to handle it with the high tier infantry or high tier infantry units of the Dark Elves, and you need them to compete against the Dark Elves. So he has 2 units over here, very good. Then we have a mage with the lore, high lore, or how can I say that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the spells over here. I also have to learn what these spells are causing, or what is good and what is not good. But yeah. So we have a Tyrion, melee expert, really strong, really high weapon strength over here, 470, and the armor piercing mod is 190, and he's on foot, so it's very difficult to snipe him out really fast. Also for my Canet Assassin, so I like this decision to bring a cheaper Tyrion without a mount, and yeah, he will stay longer and fight, in my opinion. Then we have Silver Helms with Shield. Also not sure about this unit of the performance, but armor shielded anti-infantry bonus over here of no real anti-infantry bonus, but they are designed to compete against infantry. but in fact they have no real anti-infantry bonus. Also looking really cool, but I'm not sure about the performance. Cannot say anything about that. So you can see my candidate assassin damaged in a really. So he damaged 1 or 2 shots. You can see Sun Dragon took a lot of damage from that. So let's start over here. So a little repositioning going on. So he's in a good he's in a good spot over here. So I'm not able to flank him on the right side, but I'm able to flank him hard on the left side. This is what I'm going to do. You can see the archers firing. Some cinematic shots over here. So cool. Fire breath from the Fire Dragon for the Sun Dragon. Really good. So you can see one group of Haganah Executioners took a lot of damage from that, actually, from the peak combat, from the archers, and also from the Fire Breath, of course. And my opponent was really good. He closed the spot over here also. So he sent his units to this side over here. So I was not able to flank him very hard on this side. And also over here he closed the spot. But of course I overwhelmed him over here because the Cold War Knights are... I have much more Cold War Knights than he has Silver Helms, and the performance of the Silver Helms should also not really be good, not really good against the Cold War Knights. Also my commanders over here. Now the dragon comes in, but also the Cold War Knights are really designed to compete against the dragon. And I noticed the dragon causing some trouble in the front line. And this is, in my opinion, also really good for what are dragons designed for, to break up spots. So you can send your dragon over here if you would like to break the line or would break the opponent over here. You can fly over here, causing a lot of fear and causing a lot of damage and fear and terror, and everything will rout on this side. And it's very mobile, so if I come over here, he can fly on the other spot, and this is where I think dragons are designed for, to crash some spots on the front line and causing some troubles on enemy archers and stuff like that, of course. You can see Modest Prowess triggers in a few seconds. Now. So his archers causing, of course there are 3 units and they're causing a lot of damage. And I noticed that, and I sent directly my Cold War Knights into this group of archers. And also this spot over here broke up, and my Haganah Executioners was able to get through this, and because it's very important to send the archers offline really fast, because of course if you have a lot of archers you will always get a lot of damage if you constantly shoot on you. So also on this side everything broke up, everything is routing, it was really fast. Not sure what is the reason over here, because I think the problem is, of course, the spearmen are so bad against the Haganah Executioners. They will not hold the line very long, just for a few seconds. As you can see, spearmen are routing, no chance for them, and it's over here. As as I said, the spearmen have no chance against. Also, they wouldn't have a chance against other infantry units of the Dark Elves. Also, the Corsairs would kill them, and this was the problem. I think it's Swordsmasters of Fold, just 2 units. It's not enough to compete against such a high amount of Harganeth executioners. So I think this build is quite good. You have a lot of mobility and a huge wide front line, very strong, and I like it. And yeah, but I'm not sure what's the matter over here. I think more Swordsmasters of Fold are very important. So okay, thank you for watching, and please let me know what you think, what you maybe would like to see, and see you on the next episode of Royal Rumble. Thank you.